Hey, Cowboys Nation. This is Cowboys Wire News, your home for breaking news, smart analysis, rumors, and film room insights. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a snap. Let's talk America's team and what has sent shockwaves through the corridors of the Dallas Cowboys headquarters. Rumors are swirling around the sudden departure of Junior Adams, the team's widely respected wide receivers coach. Sources close to the organization suggest that the dismissal was not just a routine shake-up, but the culmination of a brewing internal scandal that reportedly reached the highest echelons of management. Jerry Jones, the billionaire owner who has guided the Cowboys for decades and cemented his legacy as one of the most influential figures in the NFL, is said to have been incensed by the developments, allegedly confronting team executives in private meetings. While the official statements have been carefully worded, emphasizing mutual decisions and forward-looking strategies, insiders hint that tensions had been simmering for months, perhaps tied to disagreements over coaching philosophies, personnel decisions, or even the handling of emerging stars like CeeDee Lamb. Observers point out that Adams' tenure, though relatively short since joining the Cowboys in 2025, was marked by notable successes, particularly in player development, raising questions about what could have triggered such a drastic response from ownership. Speculation is now rampant among fans and analysts, with social media buzzing with theories ranging from contractual disputes to alleged clashes behind the scenes, feeding a narrative that the organization is in turmoil at a level not seen in recent years. Amid these swirling rumors, many are revisiting Junior Adams' impressive track record, both in college and in the NFL. Before joining the Cowboys, Adams made a name for himself at Oregon Ducks, where his offensive strategies and mentoring of elite talent like Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua earned him accolades from peers and sports media alike. His reputation as a developer of wide receivers was seen as a perfect complement to the Cowboys' ambitions, particularly under the guidance of head coach Brian Schottenheimer. However, speculation suggests that while Adams excelled in cultivating talent, his approach may have clashed with the Cowboys' internal culture or management expectations. Some insiders hint that his methods, considered innovative in college football, may not have translated seamlessly into the professional environment, creating friction with veteran players or other coaching staff. Observers are dissecting every public interaction and training footage, looking for signs of discord or disagreements, fueling a narrative that Adams' departure may have been less about performance and more about personality conflicts. The intrigue deepens when considering Jerry Jones' well-documented hands-on management style and his reputation for zero tolerance toward anything that threatens team cohesion, suggesting that the decision to part ways with Adams could have been as much personal as professional, adding fuel to the fire. Whispers within league circles suggest that Adams' firing could have been precipitated by an internal incident that reached Jerry Jones' attention in an alarming way. While details remain scarce, unnamed sources indicate that there may have been disputes over strategic decisions, interactions with players, or even sensitive internal communications that were interpreted as undermining the head coach's authority. Fans and commentators are now connecting dots that may not even exist, analyzing past press conferences and sideline behavior for signs of tension, turning every minor incident into potential evidence of a larger scandal. Some speculate that this event could have broader implications for team dynamics, particularly among the wide receivers unit, who may now feel unsettled in the wake of losing a coach known for his mentorship and development skills. Given the high-profile nature of the Cowboys organization, any internal turbulence inevitably attracts media scrutiny, with every tweet and article potentially escalating the situation. This ongoing speculation has created a charged atmosphere in Dallas, where loyal fans are torn between trust in Jerry Jones' leadership and concern over the abrupt nature of Adams' exit. Analysts are already debating whether this decision signals a more significant strategic shift in the Cowboys' offensive approach or if it is a singular reaction to an isolated controversy. Meanwhile, social media has become a virtual battlefield of opinions, with die-hard fans, former players, and sports analysts offering their own interpretations of the events. Some praise Jones for decisive action, framing it as evidence of his unwavering commitment to maintaining discipline and accountability within the organization. Others criticize the decision as rash, highlighting Adams' proven ability to nurture talent and questioning whether his departure will disrupt the development of key players, particularly in the wide receiver corps. Speculative narratives are increasingly suggesting that Adams may be courted by other NFL teams, eager to capitalize on his coaching prowess, hinting at a potential revenge tour where he could make his mark elsewhere and prove critics wrong. Meanwhile, internal sources hint that conversations about replacements have already begun, with names being floated quietly within coaching circles, further feeding the rumor mill. The tension between maintaining team stability and executing leadership decisions has never been more visible, with the Cowboys front office walking a fine line between preserving public confidence and addressing internal crises. The speculation is such that even routine team updates are now scrutinized for hidden meanings, with every roster move or training camp adjustment interpreted as a potential ripple effect of Adams' sudden exit. Another layer to the ongoing rumors involves the potential impact on player morale and performance. Junior Adams was known for cultivating strong relationships with the wide receivers, emphasizing technical skill and personal growth, and his sudden absence could create a void in the locker room. Sources suggest that some players may have been caught off guard, uncertain about the future direction of their development, which could affect on-field cohesion in the near term. Analysts are questioning whether the Cowboys have a clear succession plan, or if this departure exposes vulnerabilities in their coaching structure, particularly under Brian Schottenheimer, who may now face additional pressure to stabilize the unit and ensure continuity. The interplay between coaching decisions, player confidence, and management oversight is now at the center of discussion, with observers noting that any misstep in communication or leadership could amplify the fallout. Rumors about potential internal reshuffling continue to surface, suggesting that the Cowboys may be considering broader organizational changes beyond the wide receiver staff, further fueling speculation about the depth of the internal discord. Fans are left to wonder whether this is a temporary disruption or a harbinger of more significant structural changes within one of the NFL's most storied franchises. Finally, as the story unfolds, industry insiders warn that we may only be seeing the tip of the iceberg. Given Jerry Jones' reputation for decisiveness and his active involvement in all aspects of the Cowboys' operations, it is likely that more revelations or clarifications will emerge in the coming weeks. The narrative is being shaped as much by rumor and conjecture as by fact, creating a charged atmosphere where every interview and press release is analyzed for hidden meaning. While some suggest that Adams' departure may ultimately prove to be a calculated move aimed at reinforcing team discipline, others argue that the decision reflects deeper, perhaps systemic issues that have long been simmering behind the scenes. In the meantime, the wide receiver corps, coaching staff, and management are all navigating a delicate period, balancing public perception, player development, and organizational priorities. Analysts emphasize that the fallout from such an internal scandal could resonate beyond Dallas, influencing coaching decisions, player movement, and league-wide perceptions of management stability. The story, though still unfolding, has already captured national attention, illustrating how a single internal dispute, if it reaches the right or wrong ears, can escalate into a saga that grips fans, media, and insiders alike. As the dust begins to settle around Junior Adams' unexpected exit from the Dallas Cowboys, speculation is intensifying regarding who might step into the vacuum left by one of the league's most respected wide receiver coaches. Industry insiders hint at multiple potential candidates, from up-and-coming coordinators in college football to seasoned NFL assistants, quietly waiting for the right opportunity. Some rumors suggest that the Cowboys front office is exploring options that could not only maintain but elevate the development pipeline for CeeDee Lamb and other key receivers, with whispers that a high-profile coach from a rival team may already be in discreet discussions. While no official announcements have been made, the mere mention of certain names has fueled rampant discussion among fans, analysts, and media outlets, creating a narrative in which every potential hire is dissected for compatibility with Brian Schottenheimer's offensive vision. The broader question being debated is whether the Cowboys are seeking a coach who mirrors Adams' developmental prowess or someone who aligns more closely with management's evolving strategic priorities, potentially signaling a shift in offensive philosophy. Meanwhile, social media speculation continues to swirl as every report, however small, gets amplified, turning unverified leads into near-assumed truths, illustrating the feverish interest in the franchise's next move. Compounding the intrigue, rumors suggest that Adams' departure could have ripple effects beyond the Cowboys' immediate coaching staff, potentially influencing player relationships and the team's internal hierarchy. Some sources speculate that star receivers, accustomed to Adams' mentoring style, may be seeking reassurances regarding their roles and the future direction of their development. Analysts are drawing connections between internal coaching shifts and on-field performance, emphasizing that even minor disruptions can have outsized consequences in a high-stakes NFL environment. Observers note that Jerry Jones' involvement adds another layer of unpredictability, as his decisions often combine strategic foresight with personal judgment, creating scenarios where talent and temperament are weighed with equal intensity. In this context, the Cowboys' internal dynamics are under unprecedented scrutiny, with speculation suggesting that leadership may now be closely monitoring interactions between players and incoming staff, aiming to preserve cohesion while redefining the team's offensive approach. Fans are left theorizing about potential tension points, from positional battles to philosophical clashes, and whether these factors might precipitate further personnel adjustments in the near term. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments, adding fuel to the rumor mill. Some sources propose that Adams' exit may not be entirely isolated, hinting at possible undisclosed disputes involving other members of the Cowboys' coaching apparatus. While no specifics have been confirmed, speculation includes everything from disagreements over practice structure to conflicts surrounding player evaluation and contract negotiations. The intrigue deepens when considering the timing, as the NFL operates on a delicate rhythm where coaching stability directly affects both morale and performance, making any disruption a subject of heightened interest. Analysts are weighing whether the Cowboys' decision represents a strategic recalibration intended to optimize the team for future success, or if it exposes fault lines that could manifest as further coaching instability. In this narrative, Jerry Jones emerges as both a stabilizing force and a catalyst for dramatic change, with insiders suggesting that his decisive style could result in additional adjustments, potentially reshaping the offensive unit entirely. Social media, blogs, and sports forums are now teeming with conjecture, each new rumor escalating the story and amplifying the sense that the Cowboys are navigating a period of unprecedented internal turbulence. Meanwhile, whispers of potential poaching by rival teams add an international dimension to the speculation. Adams, widely regarded as a premier developer of talent, is rumored to have multiple suitors quietly expressing interest, seeing an opportunity to leverage his expertise for competitive advantage. Should this speculation bear fruit, the narrative could evolve into a storyline involving not only the Cowboys' internal recalibration, but also league-wide implications, as coaching talent is recognized as a strategic asset with tangible effects on player development and team success. Analysts are already debating how Adams' methodology might translate to different systems, with some arguing that his influence could immediately elevate the passing game of any team fortunate enough to secure his services. Conversely, the Cowboys' perspective is framed around damage control and continuity, emphasizing that the team must now ensure that offensive production remains steady, while integrating new leadership approaches. This dual narrative, one of loss and one of opportunity, keeps fans and commentators alike on edge, as every interview, tweet, or organizational announcement is dissected for hidden meanings and potential foreshadowing. The tension between preserving legacy and embracing change is palpable, capturing the imagination of the NFL community at large. At the center of this unfolding drama, the spotlight inevitably falls on CeeDee Lamb, whose performance and professional trajectory are closely tied to the coaching he receives. Rumors suggest that Lamb and other key receivers may be engaged in private discussions with team leadership, seeking clarity and reassurance amidst the uncertainty. Analysts point out that even the perception of instability can affect player focus, training intensity, and on-field cohesion, making the Cowboys' next steps critical not just strategically, but psychologically. The speculation also extends to how the team's offensive schemes may evolve under new coaching influence, with insiders debating whether the transition could introduce new tactics, shift existing responsibilities, or alter the development trajectory of young receivers. Fans are closely monitoring practice reports, scrimmage performances, and even media interactions for subtle clues, as any small insight can become the basis for elaborate theories regarding team direction and competitive potential. In this context, the narrative of Adams' departure is not simply a personnel change, it is a story about influence, mentorship, and the delicate balance between leadership and talent management. In one of the NFL's most scrutinized franchises, that's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.